Okay, so today's session will be very much focused, of course, on the US election and why the US election is expected to be one of the biggest trading opportunities of 2016. On the 8th of November, so next Tuesday, US voters will head to the polls to cast their votes and elect the 45th president of the United States. Now, despite the euphoria in the Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump camps, there remains a great deal of uncertainty about the outcome of that election, what it will mean for the United States and the global economies. Even with the rise of China and Russia, the US is still a major force that sets the pace for the rest of the world and has the power to unleash significant volatility across the global financial markets next week. Now, whilst no one knows what the outcome or how markets will respond, uncertainty tends to make markets highly volatile. And volatility equals opportunity, and the key is knowing how to use that to your advantage. So when do the results come in? Next week, voting takes place on November the 8th, and the results are expected to start coming in during the early hours of the night. The global financial markets will be volatile in the run-up and immediately after, particularly once the markets know the result. The market will open in November the 9th to the knowledge of who the new president will be. Now, at the moment, especially since last Friday, where the FBI have reopened their investigation into Hillary Clinton and her emails, this has caused some significant volatility over the last few days. In fact, we saw the volatility index spike over the course of this week by 10%. We've also seen a 5% move to the upside on silver, big moves on gold, and of course, global equities have sold off as well. The latest tracking poll released today shows that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are now neck and neck in a tight race in less than a week away from the election, which is a considerable change to just over a week ago. And this has caused, of course, a lot more uncertainty in the markets. So which candidate has the most voter enthusiasm at the moment? Well, a key indicator that is powerful to determining candidate support is voter enthusiasm. The latest voter enthusiasm poll released today shows voter enthusiasm for Clinton has dropped 7 points in the last week, and voter enthusiasm for Trump has now climbed by 6 points, and that's been significant. So how are the markets reacting to the current election and enthusiasm polls? Well, here's a look at what happened over the last week when the FBI reopened their probe into Clinton's email usage. So you can see here where over the last week, what we've seen is a rise in the volatility index, and we've seen US equities sell off. So we've seen this very clear, direct, inverse correlation as equities have sold off as market anxiety has increased, which we talked about on last week's session, and I'll break it down for you in terms of the volatility index very shortly. Now, with that news last week, the FBI announcement, this is where we saw gold surge, okay? This is last Friday where we've now seen a 5% move to the upside, gold surging over 5% after the FBI reopens Hillary Clinton email investigation. So that has been significant, and you can see very clearly the move that has created on the volatility index, gold and silver, and that really sets the stage for what could potentially happen to the markets if Donald Trump was to win the election. You've already get a good idea of how gold and silver will likely